Yes, sir. Let's get to it. The Sportscast was good, everybody. This your boy John. Man, we wrapping up this Baltimore Ravens Buffalo Bills game. They got it lined up to win it with a field goal. Damn, Buffalo wins it. Buffalo wins it. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. And and I've been sitting here talking all this mess about uh, Lamar Jackson doing this shit and being the MVP last year. They fuck around and lose this game. All good. Week one, and Derrick Henry fumbled. It ain't been the first time Derrick Henry fucking fumbled, which is crazy. Like, bro, hold on to the rock. Hold on to the rock. In these crucial moments, you cough up the ball. That's wild to me. But shout out to the Cali quarterback. Shout out to Josh Allen. Feel me? And you know what? And let me put some respect on Josh Allen's name because we'll name drop a lot of QBs from California. But, sometimes we forget to mention Josh Allen. But, yes, Josh Allen is a California quarterback along with C.J. Stroud, uh, Bryce Young. Who else we got? There's a couple more out there. I'm going to put together a complete list. But, yeah, one hell of a game from Lamar Jackson, though. Seriously, one hell of a game. And then shout out to the Bills, right? Making those adjustments coming into the second half, right? And doing what they have to do to seal this win. Shout out to them. But yeah, like I said, man, let's get to the Sportscast. It's your boy John. Yes, sir. I was about to get into a couple of these games really quick. Probably make a prediction for Monday night's game, and then I'm gonna go over some price pick bets. That's a segment we want to start including into this. So I definitely want to start doing the price pick bets. I definitely want that sponsor from Price Picks. I definitely want that money. Right, I want $1 million to bet with, to make my picks. And a little chilly. So we would definitely love a sponsor. So tap in with us. Let's get to it. The Sportscast. We also have merch for sale. So yes, we have hoodies. We have them in different colors. We got the Let's Get To It on the front, and then on the back, it's like a basic podcast. I got another hoodie, so eventually I'll show you out what the back looks. You can go to the other. You can look at some of the other episodes that we've done, and then PG has it on his background, so he has the back of the hoodies as his backdrop. So you can check that out if you want to see what they look like. But you go online, it's print on demand, so you'll make your order. They'll produce it, all right, and then they'll ship it out to you. Usually production takes 2 to 3 days. I've had to take a little longer sometimes, but it's usually 2 to 3 days. They're usually fairly quick, and then they'll get it out to you. So, man, please support. We would appreciate that. And with all that being said, man, I'm about to get right into it. We're going to go over a couple of these games. But I got the Rams beating the Texans. All right. Shout out to Matthew Stafford, being one of the handful of quarterbacks to pass for 60,000 yards. All right. And again, Matthew Stafford, he a vet. He's won a Super Bowl. He put on for the city of Detroit. He's a, very talented arm, very strong arm. Very smart, can read the defenses. Puka had a crazy game. 10 receptions for 130 yards. Devontae Adams, 4 receptions for 51 yards. And I know a lot of people wanted to see how that was going to look between them two. What Devontae Adams' production was going to look like, and it's leaning towards, yes, this is Puka Nakua's team. And, yeah, it's going to be that way. So he playing like this. Like I said, 10 receptions for 130 yards. That's crazy work. Um, and then that Rams defense, they did what they were supposed to do. So uh, defense did their part. Matthew Stafford did his. He did throw one touchdown. Um, Shout out to the Texans. They came up there and they put up a fight. They could have won. That offensive line just can't get it done. So they got to figure out that offensive line. They have a quarterback. They have weapons at receiver. That defense is crazy. Um, I was watching that Texans defense, and I'm just like, man, these dudes, they out there banging. They hit hard. They out. Puka went out concussion protocol. Devontae Adams took a great shot, right? Shout out to Tuoto out of Bama. He was out there smacking shit. He legit. Thank you, babe. Mm-hmm. Huh? Yeah, that's shit. Shout out to Puka Nacua and for doing this shit. But that O line is trash, man. 3 sacks. So they took 3 sacks. CJ Stroud was under a lot of pressure. But again, they have a championship defense, so I think they're gonna be all right, man. If they can figure it out, if they can put that O line together, they're gonna be good. Having that championship defense in place right now, and the way they hitting is crazy. So, the Rams took a lot of punishment. So, shout out to the Texans. They right there. They on the cusp. So, we see if they bounce back next week. I did pick the Cardinals to come out of the AFC West, so we'll see what happens. But I think the Rams are off to a great start. You feel me? Even they got punched in the mouth several times, and they still found a way to win. So credit to Sean McVay and all that. So yeah, Cam Ward, you feel me? Made his debut. So shout out to Cam Ward, 6 sacks. Which is crazy, right? Let's see. But despite having the 6 sacks and that fucked up offensive line, I think they look good, man. I think they look good. I think that defense was nice. They did get 2 interceptions. I think he played well. I think he played to the best of his ability for what he had, right? I did think that for a second, I didn't think this game was going to be as close, right? I like Denver. Denver's nice, right? They had a great run last year. So, you know, I thought they was just going to come in and light up Tennessee. But, you know, like I said, Cam Ward did his shit. So, I'm happy for the rookie, man. Tough start to the season because Denver's a great team. Sean Payton's one hell of a coach, and Bo Nix is one hell of a quarterback. Sutton out there doing his thing. J.K. Dobbins is doing his thing. That defense be out there smacking, flying around. So I think that was a great test to the season for Cam Ward and to see what he's about. And I think he did excellent. I can't even lie. Like, a lot of times we want these rookie quarterbacks to come in there and be the savior. And that's tough. That's hard, right? So we got to help him out. And, I think he did okay. I'm going to give him honestly, I'm going to give him I give him a B minus, right? I would say C plus, but he a rookie. Like I think he did excellent. So yeah, I'm gonna get that to him. Uh, Detroit, took a whooping by the Green Bay Packers, man. I didn't see that one coming. I thought Montgomery and Gibbs were gonna go crazy, and they didn't. What was their stats? I think they broke combined. They had 44 yards. So and Jared Goff did. He played an excellent game. I can't passing wise. What he do? 31 for 39, 225 yards, right? But they just can't really get that running game going, right? And they were behind, so they were trying to, pass to catch up. But Jordan Love looked pretty good. Micah ended up getting a sack. So shout out to Detroit, man. They'll get it together. It's gonna be tough for them. They lost both their coordinators, so they lost their offensive coordinator and they lost their defensive coordinator, right? And then I want to say their Pro Bowl center retired. So again, right, lots of changes in that organization, lots of changes on that coaching staff and on that roster. So You know, they just got to find the rhythm, find out what works for them. But despite that, like I said, Jared Goff did have a great game passing the ball. They just got to get that running game going. And once they do that, they're going to be all right. I'm going to say the Niners for PG. We'll talk about that. We'll probably talk about that tomorrow night. Bucks. You feel me? They rookie, man. Emeka Egbuka, 2 TDs. You feel me? Wide receiver out of Ohio State. You know, Ohio State won that championship last year, man. They got bread. They putting together the best rosters in college football. But the rookie came out and balled. So shout out to him. Uh, I like Michael Penix Jr. I thought he looked good despite losing his home opener. We'll see. This should be his first full season at quarterback. But he did a lot of things well. He did a lot of things well. He ran the ball well, right? Made some great throws. I don't believe he had any interceptions, but he tried to take the team down there. All right, they lined up. He lined up a field goal for him. They missed the shit. So shout out to him going against Baker Mayfield. That's tough competition. All right, we know Baker Mayfield is a dog. PG said it the other night that it's hard to go into Mercedes-Benz and win, but again, Baker Mayfield don't give a about where he's going. He don't care about none of that. Baker Mayfield is a dog. If anything, all right, Baker Mayfield is somebody you got to tell, hey, bro, just tone it down a little bit. That's something you have to learn, right? Coming out of college, going into the NFL, right? You have to learn how to tone it down a little bit, which we all do sometimes. So, and he threw for 3 TDs. Again, Baker Mayfield ain't playing with nobody. Got to give him his credit. Bijan Robinson, oh my goodness, I got him on my fantasy. Right, he did well for me this week, man. So I think he had like a 60, 70-yard touchdown catch, uh, 6 receptions for 100 yards. All right, come on now. Drake London out with a shoulder injury. I got him on my fantasy, so I'm gonna make some changes there. But I think with Atlanta having a solid running game and what I saw from Penix Jr., all right, solid defense, I think they're gonna be all right, right? This is a great test to start the season. The Bucks are, they probably won a division. They gonna make a playoff run. Baker Mayfield ain't no joke. He's proven himself to be a dog and one of the best, probably top 10 quarterbacks in the league right now. So with all that being said, man, I want to see Michael Penix Jr. do well, and I think he's gonna be all right. I think he's gonna be all right. One thing that did surprise me this week, man, was that Browns and Bengals game. We all know that Browns defense is nasty. They nasty. They dogs. That defense is legit. All right. I didn't expect Flacco to come out and look so well, but he did. Right. He had 2 interceptions despite them being deflections, so it wasn't his fault. So I see why they starting Joe Flacco. Uh, I like that Shador is on the sideline. I would like for Shador to take this entire season off. Honestly, like they send players at Cleveland to fail. All right, so don't let them play you out your position. Take your time. You ain't got to rush in there. You got the locker room. The players like you. You know, maybe towards the end of the season, if anything, 2-3 games or something like that. But don't even let them play you. So just kick back, relax, kick your feet up, and learn from Joe Flacco because obviously he's doing something right. Right? I don't think this game should have been close, despite Cleveland Browns probably having I'd say top 3 defense in the AFC. Uh, they some dogs, and then shout out to the Bengals defense as well. They did their thing. Joe Burrow had a decent game. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins did not. Well, I think they combined for 3 receptions and 33 yards, right? So, again, that might have just been an off day for them. So, obviously, you can never count out Jamar Chase. All right, I really like Higgins as well. So, I'm expecting him to bounce back like Bad Springs. I think it was a commercial going on out there where uh, Jamar Chase, or a video or something. I think it was a video of Jamar Chase telling Joe Burrow that he was 99 in Madden, that he beat Joe Burrow. And I was like, all right, that 99 gonna go down, you feel me? Because Joe Burrow ain't gonna throw that ball. He's like, oh yeah, I got you, don't trip. You feel me? Watch this. I'll be 99 and we see if you keep your 99. So, all fun and games. But Yeah, so I definitely need the Bengals to bounce back. Huge fan of Joe Burrow. Is probably like one of my favorite passers in the league, for sure. Got a lot of love for these LSU dudes. They come out, they all winners. They all want to win, whether it's him, Chase, Neighbors, right? Whoever it is, they all ball. They all want to win. They very competitive. So I like what's going on with that culture in LSU. Those dudes come into the league and they do well. So um, I definitely expect them to bounce back. They started the season off shitty last year, won a string of games, right? So I ain't worried about it. They're gonna be all right. Uh, Jags. Trevor Lawrence had a decent game. So, Trevor Lawrence had a decent game. What was that? Etienne? Trevor Etienne, 16 carries for 143 yards. He did his shit. He went off. Travis Hunter had a couple catches. Didn't do too bad. So, not bad. Bryce Young. Let me see. Actually, how did Bryce Young do? Because, again, you know, California quarterback. I want to see how he did really quick. So, give me a second. Give me a second. Is it connected? Give me 1 second. Michael Parsons did get that sack in his debut, which is cool. Whatever. Good for him. All right. I know it probably sucked with that situation that's going on that happened in Dallas, whatever. But he went out there, he got a dub, and he got a sack. So good for him. Sorry, I'm looking for this game right here. Let's see. And again, like I said, I figured Jacksonville was gonna win this game. I know Bryce Young been through a lot, so I definitely, you know, hate for him to start the season with a loss. I definitely want to see him do well again. Another California quarterback, 18 for 35, right? Trash. 154 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. And again, I think a lot of these guys go in these situations, man, and it's not the quarterback, man. A lot of times it's just a shitty organization. A lot of times it's, and we'll probably get to it tomorrow because I want to hear PG talk about it. But you see what Daniel Jones did this week, right? Now, again, they did play Miami, and Miami has been ass, right? They've been ass. So, and New York did play Washington, right? And Washington is legit. They got a legit quarterback. They got legit weapons. They got a legit defense. So, I'm gonna take it all with a grain of salt. But we did see what Daniel Jones, what he did, right? He had a breath of fresh air. He has a solid defense. He has a great defense. That defense is legit. It's way better than the New York Giants defense. I will say that, right? Which makes it a little bit easier, which helps him a lot, right? And we didn't have that in New York, so our offensive line in New York is still trash. After 6 years, 7 years, it's still trash, right? He goes to Indianapolis, and what does he do? He balls the fuck out, looks like a different quarterback. So again, like with Bryce Young, you in Carolina, bro, keep your head up, stay strong, right? Don't let them play you out your position. Handle your business, do what you got to do, keep your head down, and yeah, no, I say keep your head up. You feel me? And keep working, bro. Because a lot of times, again, like the Browns, a lot of these organizations where they send players to fail, right? The Texans are turning it around. These organizations can turn it around, but you got to bring in a head coach. You got to bring in a GM. Right? Sometimes you gotta clean up shop. So, uh, yeah, man. I hope he does well. What other news we got? Because I do want to say some of this for tomorrow. I ain't even gonna stunt. I will recap this Bills Ravens game because that was something else. Uh, yeah, let's go here. We're gonna recap this Ravens game before we go into these prize picks. And before we go into these prize picks bets, these let's get to it prize pick bets. Let's get to the bets. Demons and Goblins. That's what we on. So I got some Demon and Goblin bets for y'all, and then I'm gonna go into some passing and rushing. And then before we get into that, man, we want to say Modelo. You know what I mean? You know, we got this fine cerveza de Mexico. You feel me? We want that sponsor. So, Prize Picks, we want that sponsor as well. Modelo, we want that sponsor too. So, crispy. Jeans 900, shoes 850. I'm so crispy. I'm so crispy. Nah, this Modelo crispy. Shout out to baby because I had to get the pint though. Mm, I'm bummed out that the Ravens didn't win this one. They let Buffalo put up 22 points in the fourth quarter. Derrick Henry fumbles the ball. This ain't the first time Derrick Henry done fumbled the ball in critical moments, right? Um, he does well throughout the game, multiple touchdowns, long runs. But when the game is on the line and it's time to secure the game, especially as a running back, you know better. You know ball security is the most important thing when the game is on the line, right? And especially when you're in a position where all we have to do is run the ball and we'll win the game. Run the ball, run the clock out, we'll win the game. All I have to do is hold on to the ball. So, but what I am happy about is that shit, at least they were running the ball. All right, we seen times last year where the Ravens would get away from the run. It's like you brought Derrick Henry here, a Pro Bowl running back, to not give him the ball during those times. So, and maybe this is why, because they know he might cough the ball up. Maybe that's why, Derrick Henry, because you're going to cough it up. Can't have that, man. Y'all know I'm a huge Lamar Jackson fan as well. I want to see Lamar win a Super Bowl. So, you know, I'm always rooting for Lamar. I'm always rooting for John Harbaugh. I want to see him win one with Lamar Jackson. So, Lamar was 14 for 19, 2 TDs, 203 passing yards. Josh Allen was 33 of 46 with 2 TDs, 394 yards. Ooh, he went crazy. Derrick Henry, 18 carries, 2 touchdowns, 169 yards. James Cook, 13 carries, a TD, 44 yards, right? Shout out to Zay Flowers. I did like the way that they were using Zay Flowers. You know, they sent him in motion across the formation, and they just can't catch him. 7 receptions, 1 TD, 143 yards. All right. Coleman did his thing, too. I've been waiting for Coleman to really see what he was about. Yeah, to really see what he was about. I say that. 8 receptions, 1 TD, 112 yards, right? I want to say this is his second year in Buffalo, so shout out to him. Um, yeah, man. And again, like I said, I'm a huge fan of Lamar Jackson, right? I do believe that he deserved the MVP last year, right, over Josh Allen, but I cannot knock Josh Allen. Right, I want to make that clear. It ain't never no knock towards Josh Allen. I respect his game. Again, he's a California quarterback. You feel me? I'm a California native, and I support the California quarterbacks. You know, Central Valley cat. You feel me? Harbaugh, California, or Fireball. I'm sorry, Harbaugh. Fireball, California. Right? Central Valley. Uh, Flew under the radar. Right? Fresno State didn't even see him, and he right in our neck of the woods. Right? So respect his game. Obviously, he's one hell of a player. We see what he just did. They put up 22 points in the fourth quarter to win a game. He sent them down the field, set up the field goal. Bro out there running for first downs. He is cold. He's cold. Cold white boy. Keep it G. Cold white boy. So, all up for Josh Allen, you feel me? So, and you know you can't play with him. So, well, Baltimore, they do this. They do this. They be playing games. So, and if you're going to play games with Josh Allen, you're going to get what Josh Allen is going to give you. So, and you better be ready for it. So, it is what it is. What else I want to say about this game, man? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't even want to. I'm just hot. I can't believe Derrick Henry fumbled that motherfucker. And then it's like we run these play calls just be trash when you need a conversion, when you need the first down. Like I'm so tired of watching these receivers run these routes underneath the first down. It's like if you know we need a first down, why not get to the markers? Right? And if we are gonna throw that, if we're gonna throw that route, and there's a reason we're throwing that route, let it be a design route to be opened up so that you can get the first down. Let the other receivers clear out some space. Let the formation clear out some space so the receiver can actually get loose after the catch. It's not the first time we've seen that this week. So, it's little things like that. You know, that shit bothers me, right? Because it's like, bro, we need the first down. I need y'all to get the first down. So it is what it is. I want to look at my fantasy in a second. But before I do that, we're going to get into these prize pick bets. All right, I got the demon picks. I'm trying to come up with names for these too, man. So if y'all can help me come up with names, I'm trying to come up with something catchy. Like, I don't know, something catchy. You feel me? Demons and goblins, because I do want to do the demon and goblin picks, right? So if you're not familiar with prize picks, excuse me, right? It's an app online, right? It's pretty much like daily fantasy betting, right? So it's not actually gambling, right? Although you use real money and you can win real money, right? And if you want to increase your payout, you could take a demon pick, right? So a demon pick is like a pick and it'll have like a little red devil emoji on it, right? And this is something to where, the stat might be really high, right? So it might be a little less likely that they might achieve that stat. So for example, all right, and this is an easy one though, but we got Justin Jefferson, demon pick, right? Which I feel like this is a gimme. 0.5 TDs. Will he get more? Will he get one touchdown or more? That's a demon pick, right? Normally, like just to give you an example of what, because I said this is a gimme, to give you an example of what an actual demon pick would look like, right? So the 0.5 TDs would be a normal pick, right? And maybe 1.5 TDs would be a goblin pick. A goblin is something that's more likely to occur, and that's symbolized by a green devil emoji, right? The demon picks are red devil emojis. And then in this example that I'm giving you, the demon pick might be 3.5 touchdowns, right? But it would pay out more if that hit along with several other picks that you made, right? Because you need at least 2-3 picks, I believe, with prize picks. So I'm trying to come up with a name for the demon picks. But let's get into it. Justin Jefferson, 0.5 TDs. I'm taking that. Yes, more. Right? Addison is out. I'm definitely expecting Justin Jefferson to play a bigger role in this game, and I'm expecting him to score big time. Caleb Williams, zero point 0.5 TDs, I'm going to say Caleb Williams will get a touchdown. Right? It might come late in the game, but I do see him getting a touchdown for sure. Aaron Jones, zero point 0.5 TDs. Yes, I'm taking that. I believe he will get at least one touchdown. Caleb Williams, 3.5 rushing attempts. Yes, I'm taking that. I believe he will have quite a few rushing attempts. I think he will end up getting loose. He is a runner. He can run a ball. I definitely see him getting loose. Cole Kmet, zero point 0.5 TDs. I'm taking more because I believe that's going to be a safety net, right? I think Caleb Williams is still trying to figure it out, right? He has a new offensive coordinator. So, this is the second season, so I know he'll have, he gonna need some help, and that tight end is like it's a safety net. So I definitely see him connecting with his tight end for a touchdown. Normally I kind of stay away from this, but I'm gonna take that pick, and then passing Caleb Williams 218.5. I'm gonna go under. JJ McCarthy, 221.5. I'm going to take the under on that. Rushing, Swift, 53.5 yards. I'm going to go over. So I'm going to take more. JJ McCarthy, this is rushing. JJ McCarthy, 17.5 yards. I'm going to take more on that as well. And then for receiving, Rome Adunze, 51.5. I'm going to take the over on that as well. So again, if you don't have Prize Picks, download the app. All right. If you're into football, any other sport, they got multiple sports on there. This is just a handful of picks that I've chosen to share with y'all. But definitely get on there, see what you feel comfortable with. All right, I'm still learning the app. I feel more comfortable with touchdowns and passing and rushing right now, because those are all the stats that I pay attention to, right? But they have receptions, they have kicking, they have targets, right? How many targets will a receiver get? Things like that. So check it out. It's a great app. I definitely want that sponsor. I definitely want $1 million to make picks with, $1 million credit, and I want some bread. You feel me? But we do want that Price Pick sponsor. And then shout out to Modelo because we want that. We want that as well. We want that sponsor, man. We want free cases of beer, and we want some cheddar. So shout out to Modelo. Uh, that's it. That's it. We keeping it short and sweet today. Back on tomorrow after Monday Night Football. Let's get to it. The Sportscast. It's your boy John. You feel me? Let's get to it. We got merch. Check the link. I'm gonna put the link up in the comments right now. Follow us on Facebook. I'm trying to get my followers up on Facebook so I can start going live on Facebook. Let's get to it. The Sportscast with the number 2. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on TikTok. All the links are in the comments. Check my bio out. I'm on IG, Lil John the Don. And then I have links in my bio. The link is in the bio as well. And our Let's Get To It, the Sportscast IG page. You can go on there, click that link, and copy a hoodie. Support the program, man. We're trying to grow. We're trying to do it the right way. And we would love y'all support. So I'm posting a link in the comments. There we go. Feel me? So again, we got the hoodies for sale. Let's get to it. All right, I got an image on the back. If you check out that link, it'll take you to the website where you can make that purchase, and then you'll see what the back of the hoodies look like. But yeah, man, get with us. Light Skin James Brown on Facebook. I got the link in bio too. So there's tons of avenues where you can find the links. If there's a way to put the link up on YouTube, I will put that link up on YouTube. I really haven't looked into it, but I definitely want to get my Printify shop on there so I can get the hoodies T-shirts will be coming soon as well. It's California. It's always hoodie season. So for the most part. And yeah, man. I catch up with y'all tomorrow. We on Monday night following the Vikings Bears game. So yeah, peace. One love. Gone.